Kathy Fountain, and we are coming to you live from Stageworks in Channelside here in Tampa Bay, giving you a front row seat to all that is happening in Tampa Bay, not just for this special week, of course we know what's happening this week, but for all year round. And
I'm sure our studio audience will agree that Stageworks is fabulous. Do you agree?
It really is.
Nice.
It's beautiful, beautiful facility, and we are so thrilled that they allowed us to use this space for this week.
The eyes of the world are on Tampa Bay for the next few days. We thought we'd take the opportunity to showcase some of the reasons Tampa Bay has such a thriving, diverse business climate.
And it's such a great place to live. Now, Florida is known for the beaches, for the tourism. Of course, everybody knows that, but our area is so much more than that, as you're going to find out. Stay with us. And every day I learn something more. Frank learns something more that's kind of exciting about the business community of our area, and we want you to know about it too.
This live streaming broadcast is being presented by the Tampa Bay Partnership. That's an 8-county regional economic development organization. And today our center stage sponsor is Enterprise Florida. Before we really get started today, we have to think about our friends to the northwest in Louisiana. Then Tropical Storm Isaac, early on, looked like it was making a beeline straight up the spine of Florida and would have really not only put a damper on the Republican National Convention, really threatened the convention.
Rained on our parade, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. So it made landfall. I was just listening to the radio, and the entire storm is not on land yet. And it's really more, I think it's still a Category 1. It won't change now that it's made landfall. In other words, it won't become more powerful, but it's going to be a rain soaker.
It sure is.
And as you know, we hope the levee system in New Orleans, all the improvements they've made since Katrina, will bear fruit and protect the city.
But still, we are sure thinking about all those folks, because I just feel for them going through this a second time, and even though they're more prepared, I just wish them well. Our prayers are with them.
Absolutely.
Okay, other big headlines. Big headlines from the first full night of the convention. Of course, the big speakers, Ann Romney, Chris Christie, what a powerful speaker he was. I mean, this is really, these conventions are made for television events, aren't they? Made for TV movies.
Think about it. Many, many years ago, nominees were not decided until the convention in many cases, but now they are essentially coronations. We know who the nominee is going to be. They did the roll call yesterday, and I jokingly said to someone, do you think he'll get enough votes to be nominated? And of course he was.
It was breaking news when he did, I know.
But Ann Romney's goal was to really humanize her husband to the public and talk about him as a person and his generosity and how he's very shy about that, in her words. He doesn't like to brag about what he does for other people. But we were talking about the fact she was very concerned. Actually, I think the people around the Romneys were concerned about what she should wear.
Well, yeah, for a woman on a stage like that, it's.
By the way, you look very lovely.
Why, thank you very much, sweetheart. For a woman to be on a national stage like that, what to wear is a huge issue. You don't want to be too fussy looking. You don't want to be underdressed. You want to wear the right thing. And I think that they look more critically, more interestingly at what a woman has to wear. And, you know, I mean, I think she nailed it. Look at the, I mean, beautiful red dress. You know, it's patriotic, it's beautiful, it's flattering. She said, you know, I knew what to wear on my wedding day. Had that, I got to choose that, but this, I had to really think about it. And first time she'd ever delivered a speech on a teleprompter.
Yeah, which
so
it's tricky. It's very tricky with an audience of millions and millions.
She looked great.
To do that. Okay, and Chris Christie, obviously a rising star, the New Jersey governor in the Republican Party. So, again, when you appear at a convention this year, what does that mean maybe 4 years down the road? You never know.
It's auditions. It's auditions on a national stage for, this is who I am, take a look at me, and think about me in a few years from now, too. I might be back. So
Pam Bondi, who's a rising star in the Republican Party, the Attorney General of Florida, will be taking the podium tonight, along with Condoleezza Rice, who, by the way, was recently admitted as one of the 2 first female members to Augusta National Golf Club. So she's a groundbreaker, former Secretary of State as well. And then Paul Ryan, the big speech, the vice presidential nominee. So it's his kind of coming out party to a national audience. We'll see how that all plays out.
The very buff Paul Ryan. Very buff. And kind of the first generation Xer. I mean, he's all into social media. He listens to, you know, all this, you know, music and stuff. And so he looks good. He's got this persona. So this is going to be a big audition for him tonight, too, to let the world.
And conservatives in the Republican Party seem to like him a lot. And then we have
mystery speaker coming up on Thursday. Nobody
Correct.
knows who that is.
Right.
Nobody knows who that is. I want to mention our own Bob Buckhorn. The mayor made the paper for speaking. This was so interesting. Here he is, there's a big picture, the only Democrat to be speaking at the Republican National Convention. He's stopping by a little later, and we'll ask him what that was like.
Okay.
And one last thing, Marco Rubio on The Daily Show last night with Jon Stewart. You know, he's a funny guy.
Stand-up comic or sit-down comic.
He says what was his line? He said, "I don't think I'm a rock star,
But my hotel
but I
room was
did trash
trashed."
my hotel room last night. I brought my kids."
Right. Great line. Okay. Again, another one of those rising stars in the GOP.
You know, another funny guy coming up here.
Yeah, that would be our on-the-scene reporter, Dave Aizer. Every morning he brings us scenes from the nightlife from the previous evening.
You know, all those parties that happen after the parties. Well, we send Dave there with his camera. Things that are making news, things that probably shouldn't make the news. So we're going to bring Dave out. Dave Aizer, everybody.
Come on, Dave.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Had a late night last night, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm still on it. It's still last night for me. Just keep going. Cycle. Yeah.
Just why bother to go to bed?
Bed's overrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll worry about that Friday. Yeah.
Well, wait till you get to be my age, okay? You young pup.
I am your age, actually.
Really?
Yes,
You look great.
I was in makeup for a long time today. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're like 35, right?
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're about 26,
Absolutely.
27?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pushing 29 all the way. Where'd you go last night?
Ybor City. Ybor
course.
City, right? So if you're from Tampa Bay, you know about Ybor City. If you're not, learn about Ybor City, right? Make it happen. It's obviously a real fun place. You know, there's a little bit of a crazy element to it. So went out to Ybor, saw some fun people. What's really nice is now there's people not only from all over the country, but all over the world. I met a guy who's here from Germany last night.
Really?
He's just such a fan of American politics that he came from Germany. So here's some of what went down last night in Ybor City. Well, how perfect is this? Downtown Tampa on a Tuesday night. It's 7 p.m. and it's beautiful out. The streets are full. There's tons of craziness. Let's go get into some trouble, shall we? Yeah, hanging out with some Sooners right here. Oklahoma. Apparently, one of the things they don't have in Oklahoma is a regular barber shop because this gentleman, I don't know exactly what happened here. This is my man Ron, who came all the way from Madison, Wisconsin to spend some time with us here in Tampa Bay.
The thing that really distinguishes Tampa Bay from other places is the people. I mean, the people are really terrific, and you're terrific hosts.
This is Susan and Gary, a married couple from Michigan, and it's someone's birthday. Happy birthday, Gary.
Thank you very much, and there's no place I'd rather spend it than Tampa Bay right now with you.
Yeah, I don't know that I believed all of that. That's kind of rude to say to your wife.
I think that was really rude. I thought you wanted to spend it with me.
With you, I was saying you.
You look beautiful, but it's like 95 degrees, the scarf. You gotta be dying under that thing.
Slave to fashion here in Tampa Bay.
We got Mark with us from Los Angeles, California. So if he's from LA, he's gotta be creative, right? Obviously. Well, check this out. He came up with this property here, Presidential Monsters, and what he did was he took some presidential figures and he made some action figures.
Got Obama's Dracula, so it's Baracula. And our newest member is Mitt Romney is a robot. He's a futuristic solid gold for deposit only ATM machine.
Enjoy Tampa Bay. And by the way, I don't want to alarm you, but you have something jutting out of your left eyebrow.
Oh, no. Is it okay?
You're a New Yorker, so you know all about events. How's Tampa Bay doing?
This is great. The people are great here. You know, New York is the concrete jungle, and I love New York, but Tampa Bay, there's nothing like it.
Behind me, there's a heated conversation about two guys named Ron and Paul. I don't know who they are, but they must be important. We've made it to part 2 of our night, Ybor City, and anyone from Tampa will tell you this is where you need to go when you come to Tampa. This is Victoria, and let me first say, God bless America. I've never been more proud to be an American. What is your favorite part of Tampa Bay as a local?
The beach.
Okay, guys, from around the country, if you go to a beach in Tampa Bay, you might see Victoria in a bikini. I don't know what else I need to say to sell Tampa Bay to you. Seriously. These guys came all the way from New Mexico for a little convention flavor. Bob, Aaron, and Dave. What do you guys think of Tampa Bay?
I like it.
Tampa's a great place, and we're having a wonderful time here.
Can you simultaneously protest while still getting your groove on?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. This is Klaus. He wins the award for longest commute for the convention. Came here from Germany. You must be a hardcore political animal to come here all the way from Germany for this.
I am, and I enjoy every time.
To commemorate the RNC here in Tampa Bay, I've decided to get an elephant tattoo. Lower back was a bad choice. We're here in Gasper's Grotto for a party, because that's what we're doing all week. This is Pete Hegseth. He's the CEO of Concerned Veterans for America. Tell us a little bit about the event.
Yeah, we've invited all the veterans, members of the delegation, members of Congress. It's an event by vets for vets, just to say thank you, to honor that service and talk about the freedoms we have to party here in Tampa. It was purchased at a price, and we want to honor that and talk about that.
Let me tell you, you have a magnificent booty. No, I mean your treasure's great. What a great night in Ybor City. I loved everything about it, except maybe getting that tattoo wasn't the smartest idea. If you haven't been out here yet, certainly one of the things you should check out while you're in Tampa Bay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a few hours of sleep. See you in the morning. How would you say, let's get this party started in German?
Jetzt mal los.
Mucho, siempre. Adios.
Yeah, I'm still working on English, so to try other languages at this point is a bonus.
You know, we haven't actually seen the tattoo.
I'm going to have the big unveiling.
Yeah?
No.
No, you're not.
Not happening, yeah.
Okay.
Giant elephant on my lower back. Yeah.
So are you finding the people there are a mix of protesters, delegates, visitors, hangers-on? I mean,
Yes,
all of it.
All of it. Honestly,
what are they all doing
and
here?
they're all crossing each other on the street. It's it's like protesters and delegates and people wearing weird costumes and
they're being civil to each other for the most part.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen any fisticuffs. Nobody's throwing down as much as I kind of would like to. I'm like instigating. Did you hear what he just said about you?
I know, that makes great TV, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
I kind of think compared to what Ybor usually looks like, these people look pretty tame.
Right? Yeah, I did. There was one. Well, there was a mess. Some revelers had a good time and left the. There was on the street. There was some.
I don't want to hear about it.
Never mind. Yeah,
but it was great. Good fun.
You did something else yesterday that sounds really interesting.
Yes, I visited. Alana and I actually visited this mobile training unit, and basically it's kind of like a job training center on wheels. Travels around Tampa Bay and helps people learn valuable crafts they need to become employed. So check this out. Here's some of what we saw with that.
This bad boy behind me is the Most Mobile Training Unit. Basically, it's a high-tech job training center on wheels, and it's getting people back to work all over Tampa Bay. So let's go inside and check it out. David, this is pretty impressive, I have to say. I never took a class in anything like this before. What exactly are we standing in?
We are standing in a MOST mobile training units, and MOST stands for Mobile Outreach Skills Training. And we move this around the United States to train people in new careers.
And specifically in the manufacturing field, correct?
That is correct.
And this isn't just stop by for 20 minutes, learn a couple things, eat a snack, and leave. This is like a full-time student body work, right?
You're absolutely right. This is a full 2 weeks that we immerse them in the process, and it is a full 2 weeks, 5 days a week, 8 to 4 or 4:30 every day.
Give me some of the success stories, some of the feel-good stories that come out of this program.
We've placed people that have been really down and out, literally losing their home, foreclosing, living on the street, unfortunately. And we've found engineers that had very good jobs and just got downsized and wanted to get back into a career. So we've just got a ton of great feel-good stories to talk about.
I'm here with Ted Astolfi, the Deputy Director of Florida MEP, and we're going to talk about the MOST program. But first, what does MEP stand for?
Manufacturing Extension Partnership. We think of ourselves as a concierge to manufacturers throughout the state of Florida.
And so you work with the MOST program?
We do. MOST is the Mobile Outreach Skills Training Program, and we train people for both entry-level production line workers in manufacturing as well as machinists for manufacturing.
I'm hanging out here with Ernie. I'm learning about some 3D renderings of stuff. I don't really know what this is. What is this?
This is a cross section of a 3D part that we're machining.
And how long have you been staring at that?
Not too awful long. We just got through writing the program for it.
How does this differ from other training programs you've done in the past?
It's a little more hands-on. We're using, more state-of-the-art software, newer things, and with our facility here, we can do things that you can't do in a regular classroom.
Do you feel like that this tool is really preparing you for your new career and really giving you an advantage in the workforce?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is leading edge technology. I mean, it just doesn't get any fresher than this.
What job position are you training for?
To be a machinist, get back into a machine shop and go back to work.
have you done in the past?
You know, it's been about 10 years, though, since I last worked in a machine shop, so this is a good review for me.
Tell me about the peace of mind that you have now that you know that you're back on your feet and your career's coming back for you.
Well, through this class, we have gained some skills that I know are in demand, and that gives me a peace of mind, because I know that this type of work and this type of job is it's well needed.
All right, well, I'm getting dirty looks from your instructors, so I've taken up way too much of your time. So get back to work, Ernie.
Yes, sir, boss. Have a good one.
Over the past 8 weeks, this mobile training unit has placed 30 people in jobs right here in the Tampa Bay area. So if you have the drive to get back to work, this might just be your ticket to the fast lane.
And we should kind of reintroduce Alana. She's been on briefly, but Alana Tesher is your cohort out there in the field.
Yeah, Alana's on our crew. She's a reporter, and she actually won a competition to be part of this. And you're going to actually have a chance to speak with her later and learn more about her, but she's great. She has so much energy, great personality. The only problem I have with her is that I'm a hurricane and she's a Seminole. So clearly,
oh yeah,
that's
well,
a
it
problem.
could be worse.
Yes.
What if it could be UF and FSU?
Sure, right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we already have a no Gators. USF Bulls is fine, but she a
I'm
Gator?
a Gator, sorry.
Hey, I'm leaving.
What am I, chopped liver? In your face, babe.
Who's this Tim Tebow guy I keep hearing about? What's his deal?
Nobody important. But,
hey, he plays for your favorite team now.
The Jets, yes, I know.
Not one touchdown in preseason.
JETS.
But thanks for that story, Dave. That was really cool. How they provide so many people with jobs.
It's an incredible thing, and it's been around since 2006. And in that time, they've actually placed 1,200 people in jobs around the country, including many here in the Tampa Bay area. It's a wonderful program. It's really kind of neat. I remember when we were in school, and there was never anything like that. Yeah, it was fascinating. It really was.
When we were in school.
When we were in school.
Good
Frank
job.
and I were classmates together.
Beautiful.
Have fun out there tonight with your camera.
Right.
Stay safe, stay
you,
dry.
See you tomorrow.
All right.